this week on the Bubble Chat.
People just be ready to judge shit. Let it happen and see what you know what I mean. Like,
about her passing has definitely hit me in a way I didn't expect. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember watching so many shows and movies and looking up to child and teen actors who were on the screen. They felt like figures you could relate to. Like they were going through similar things as you, even if it was just a character they were playing.
We would have to do more than just one day of a blackout. That
Yes.
Because they make up for it. So if they would have usually made 500 million, this time they probably made $1 billion.
Right.
Because
everybody held off yesterday.
You know, they be high, drinking, snorting powder, and all the shit, and they just do too much. Sit your ass down and let these people do their performance. You feel good about what?
About the segment he come up with.
Okay, well, how do you feel about the segment we're talking about?
How do you feel about the
Sarah?
Yeah.
I gave my thoughts.
Okay, well, let's move right on.
Welcome to the Bubble Chat, where we break down the latest in pop culture, entertainment, and real world events with fresh perspectives and unfiltered discussions. Whether you are getting ready for the day, taking a break, or unwinding from a long one, we're here to keep you in the loop and give you something to talk about. No matter where you are or what you're doing, this is your space to dive into the topics that matter, with all things with a mix of humor, insight, and a little bit of spice.
Every episode, we bring you the biggest headlines, the wildest celebrity moments, and the stories making waves across social media, from music and fashion to social issues and viral trends. Nothing is off limits. And of course, we love spilling tea, so expect some surprises, get epic appearances, and deep dives into the drama that's got everyone talking.
But the Bubble Chat isn't just about entertainment. We also highlight important conversations happening in the world, giving our listeners a space to engage, reflect, and stay informed. Whether it's celebrating cultural moments, tackling 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 industry controversies, or spotlighting inspiring voices. We aim to create a balance between fun and meaningful discussions. We love hearing from our listeners, so don't be shy. Join the conversation, guys. Follow us on social media, send in your thoughts, and let us know what stories you want to hear next. This podcast is all about building a community where everyone has a voice, and we're always ready to chat with you.
So grab your coffee, wine, gin, vodka, or some water, whatever y'all got, and let's settle in and get ready for another episode of the Bubble Chat, filled with our usual fuckery, unprofessionalism, tea, dysfunctionality, bullshit, pettiness, and shade. Let's break it all down. Let's have some fun and make everything shake up a little bit. It's time to play and jump into the conversation. Now, who's ready for some hot topics in the late great queen? How you doing?
How you doing? All right, y'all.
Mom has a birthday.
Oh, yes. So before we want to start, we want to give a special and dear happy birthday shout out to yours truly, Shay Sugar, who had her birthday on February the 28th, right?
Thank you.
Many years and one day before mine. We love you so much. Want to give you all the love from the bottom of our hearts. You are my mama. You are his mama. But I love you so much. I just love you.
I love you too.
Happy birthday.
You do.
Thank you so much. I was in Los Angeles working on the React TV. I thought I told you.
You go, girl.
Yeah, we talked. And then I flew out here, and that night I had dinner in Walnut Creek. All right. So, all right, y'all, we're about to talk about Shrek 5. That is set to be released next Christmas. What? Universal Pictures has unveiled the first teaser trailer for Shrek 5, offering a 27-second glimpse into the much anticipated sequel. The teaser features familiar faces in addition to introducing Zendaya as the daughter of Shrek and Fiona, adding a fresh dynamic to the beloved cast. What? So Shrek and Fiona, whatever her name is, had a baby? Shut up. I want to see this trailer. Despite the excitement surrounding the franchise return, the teaser has faced significant backlash from fans, primarily concerning its animation style. Many viewers have taken a social media to express their dissatisfaction, with comments highlighting that the animation feels off and lacks distinctive charm of previous Shrek films. Critics have described it as resembling from the series' iconic visual identity. In addition to the main cast, the inclusion of Zendaya as Shrek and Fiona's daughter introduces a new character that could bring fresh storylines and perspectives to the franchise. However, the initial negative reception to the teaser animation style raises questions about how this new character and the updated visual will resonate with longtime fans. So, Bubblers, given the significant fan backlash regarding the animation style in the Shrek 5 teaser, do you think that the franchise should adhere to its original visual uh, aesthetics to maintain its identity, or is it more important to evolve and embrace contemporary animation trends to appeal to new audience? Let me say this. I think people just be ready to judge shit. Let it happen and see what you know what I mean? Like people just always want to start some shit. Like just sit down and just watch the damn movie. If you don't like it, fine. If you do, fine. But just go sit your ass down and just leave shit alone. God damn.
All right,
Get on my nerves.
I get why some people aren't too thrilled with it, because change is hard, and when you have a certain style that people have loved for years, it's tough to see something different. And I posted my own thoughts on Instagram about it, and honestly, I know my opinion isn't gonna make or break whether people decide to see the movie
Right.
when it comes out, but I do think it's like worth discussing about it. Now, I'm not a 3D animator, so I don't understand all the ins and outs of animation, but I do know enough just to understand that when you release a teaser for an animated film, it's kind of like a rough draft. Like you work on an essay and basically turn in a rough draft, and it's not finished yet, but it'll soon be a final draft.
So
You know,
it's 3D like Lion King.
pretty much. But here's
the format. I mean, that's kind of cool.
But here's the thing, though: animation doesn't happen overnight. Movies like this take years to develop, and what we're seeing now is probably just the early stages, with more refinement to come. I mean, there is a chance that a finalized the modeling and rendering, the animation will look even better, and some of the backlash may die down over time. And I also touched on this in my Instagram story where I compare the first four Shrek films to the fifth one, and the major difference is the software used. The animation is those earlier films was done using really expensive software, and it makes sense that they want to switch to something cheaper this time around. I mean, budget cuts in new technology play a big part in why the animation looks different, and know, we may not know all the reasons behind it. Now, I want to start off by saying this real quick.
Let me say this. Let me ask a question, please, because you're on a roll. Is Eddie Murphy gonna still play the donkey?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to mention Some people say that they should harass the animation team like they harassed the animation team from Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Okay.
First of all, they get on my nerves talking about some budget cuts because even if you cut the budget, this budget is still big. The hell?
Especially when you add Zendaya to it. That'll crash the budget. Okay?
That part. And Eddie Murphy? All of them, really.
Well, everybody else already is in there. I'm gonna say that
Right.
look, I'm very, very excited about it. I love Shrek. But I thought that they had about 19 Shrek and Shrekettes in the last movie, so I just want to see what's so special about Zendaya being a baby when he had about a whole tribe of them already. But I'm looking forward to it. Donkey is my favorite. I love Puss in Boots. I mean, like, it's a star-studded cast. I totally welcome Zendaya. I mean, she is from Oklahoma on roots. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, so my inner 8-year-old is waiting for the movie to come out.
But I want to say this. Back in 2019, the original design for Sonic the Hedgehog movie was so awful that fans absolutely tore it apart, and the backlash was so intense that they actually delayed the movie and redesigned Sonic in its entirety. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Sonic's old design for the movie and you'll get what I mean. It was wild. And one point that about animation changes that I do agree with is how Disney fans called out the animators of Breaks the Internet for changing Princess Tiana's appearance. You know, things like her skin tone, her hair, and nose were altered. And Anika Noni Rose, who voiced Tiana, even had a meeting with Disney to discuss those changes. And there's a whole video explaining more about it, which I'll link in the description for anyone curious to dive deeper in it. So at the end of the day, whether you love or hate the Shrek 5 teaser, remember that animation takes time, and it's possible that what we're seeing now is just the first draft. And with a little bit of fine tuning, the final product could look a lot better. And we can only see how it all pans out and we'll just have to wait and see how the final movie turns out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Up next.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm just turning on my diffuser.
Come on, diffuser. What is the scent?
This is that.
Eucalyptus.
This is that I'm using right now. I'm not sure if you can really see it.
All right, come on now, nephew.
All right, everyone. We're going to be moving on into our next topic, and honestly, this one is really tough to talk about, and it's heartbreaking news for many of us, especially those who grew up watching her on screen. The nostalgia community has lost someone who was a huge part of our childhood. On February 26th, actress Michelle Trachtenberg has sadly passed away. Michelle was found unresponsive in her New York City apartment and was later pronounced dead at just 39 years old. Her sudden passing has left fans, friends, and the entertainment industry in shock. She became a household name with Harriet the Spy, later taking on the role of Dawn Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Georgina Sparks in Gossip Girl. And in the past year, Michelle has been dealing with serious health issues, including a liver transplant. Friends noted that she's been looking frail and has not spoken about her health struggles, while law enforcement sources revealed that she'd been dealing with a recent medical issue, and while the expected cause of death is unclear, it appears to be due to natural causes, at least according to the website that was made before the update. Um, After the passing, the New York City's medical examiner's office has performed an external examination, but did not conduct a full autopsy as Michelle's family declined one. And since it's already found no signs of foul play, their wishes were respected. A family spokesperson asked for a privacy during this incredibly difficult time. The outpouring of love from her former co-stars and fans has been overwhelming, including actors such as Alison Hannigan, Rosie O'Donnell, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. And it's clear that Michelle left a lasting impression on everyone who knew her, and she will be deeply missed. And of course, our hearts go out to Michelle's family, friends, and everyone who was touched by her work and spirit. With Michelle's family choosing to keep certain details private, how do you think the media should navigate reporting on a public figure's passing while still respecting the wishes of their loved ones? First of all, I want to say that hearing about her passing has definitely hit me in a way I didn't expect. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember watching so many shows and movies and looking up to child and teen actors who were on screen. They felt like figures you could relate to. Like they were going through similar things as you, even even if it was just a character they were playing. I watched her I watched her a little bit in Harriet the Spy, and she really stuck me with, especially in that role. And more recently, I watched her in Black Christmas, and I honestly felt connected to her character that she played. She had like this rawness and realness to her that I really identified with, and I didn't follow her as closely as some might have, but I absolutely respect her work. And as I grew older, I started to really appreciate the depth she brought with to her roles. And honestly, when it comes to death, I think it's hard to fully express what I'm feeling, especially when it's someone I didn't know personally. But still, there's a weight that comes with hearing news like this, and sometimes words don't do justice to the emotions that come with it. All I could really say is that I send my deepest condolences to Michelle's family, her loved ones, and anyone affected by her passing. And my hearts go out to them, and I hope they can find peace during this incredibly difficult time. How do you feel about Adonis?
I second the motion of sending condolences out to the family and all. There's a time to be born and there is a time to die.
Yeah.
And in between your first and your last day, it's all about the works that you put in, the impression that you leave on, on the earth, or that you leave behind. So being the fact that, she had a really, really good prosperous and lucrative career. She didn't get too much in the scuttlebutt. She grew up in front of our eyes. I would say this would probably be equivalent as if we had lost someone like Keke Palmer. We've seen her grow up. We've seen the evolution, and we know that there is so much more that can be done. And being the fact that she's no longer here, that's not an option. But like I said, condolences. And in regards to how to handle these situations, the best thing to do is just to give the flowers.
Yeah.
It's just give the flowers, not to take away from Michelle and her family. It will be the same thing as Angie Stone. Great person, wonderful body catalog of music. Nothing bad can be said about her, and she's going to be missed greatly all the same. It's just sad, but like I said, there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. So we just celebrate and we mourn and we just keep going.
And also one important thing, and I said this many times, but it's just a reminder to keep close with each other and just let your loved ones know that you love them.
That's right. Love you guys.
I agree with both of you. Y'all both took the words right out of my mouth. Why does Adonis box say Antron?
I'm on the tablet.
Oh.
All right, moving on.
I'm changing my name.
That would be helpful. That would be helpful.
All right, now tell me how to do it.
Alrighty. You know what? I'll tell you after the first half.
Right.
What you eating now, Adonis? What that baby gonna do is crunch and munch and drink and smoke weed. That's what he gonna do. You can best believe that. That baby gonna have him a snack, honey.
Yes, I've been going to yoga every day, and I'm gonna have my stomach flat and everything. And
Where's yoga?
Funky Door Yoga in Berkeley is hot yoga.
Oh, okay.
The
Beach
best
room.
thing, my socks be soaking wet, and I love it.
Yeah. Good for you. Do they have beginning yoga?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
How
Same
much?
every day. $100 a month.
How much?
$100 a month.
Oh, you have a good time, honey. I ain't got no $100 to give no damn party.
This is my birthday gift to myself. I'm gonna have my stomach flat for my birthday.
Okay.
But back intact. It's flat, but it's not intact.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Joanne. Brother Adonis.
Y'all ready for the scoop?
And is.
Because I got the ladle. You know, you get the ladle in that big long pot. All right. Former Making the Band contestant Sarah Rivers also filed a $60 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, allegedly sexual harassment, assault, and creation of an abusive work environment during her time on the MTV reality series. Rivers, who was a member of the group The Band formed on the show, claims that Combs subjected her to unwanted sexual advances, controlled her eating and sleeping schedule, and publicly humiliated her. She also alleges that the group members were inadequately compensated and pressured into signing unfavorable contracts. The lawsuit filed just before the deadline for claims under the New York City Genders Motivated Violence Act named over 2 dozen defendants, including Universal Music, MTV, Bad Boy officials, and Combs' mother, Janice. A representative for Combs has denied the allegations, stating that this is yet another example of false claims being filed against Mr. Combs. Given the seriousness and the allegations made by Sarah Rivers against Sean Diddy Combs and the entertainment industry ongoing challenges with addressing such claims, how can reality TV productions better protect contestants from potential abuses of power?
I'm honestly not surprised that Diddy's facing another lawsuit. There seems to be a pattern at this point. The most recent one comes from Making It Band contestant Sarah Rivers, who's suing him for $60 million. And according to the lawsuit, she's accusing Diddy of fraud, breach of contract, and emotional distress. And as she claims that she was promised a spot in his label, Bad Boy Records, and that he made false promises about her career. As we know, Diddy's history with artists has been rocky, to say the least. And this lawsuit is just the latest in a string of legal issues he's been dealing with over the years. And it's really interesting to think about how Diddy's career has been shaped by these kind of controversies. While he's built his empire as a mogul, the people around him haven't always had the same experience. And when it comes to making a band, we've heard from former contestants before about the hardships that they went through while working with him, and it's not exactly new territory. Um, and I think what stands out here is the emotional distress part of the lawsuit. It's one thing to go after someone for financial damages, but when you throw emotional distress into the mix, it speaks to the personal impact that all of this had on Sarah Rivers. She's not just looking for money, she's looking for accountability. At the end, the lawsuit is just another chapter in Diddy's ongoing legal troubles, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Whether or not it ends up making headlines for weeks to come, it is yet to be seen. But for now, it's clear that the battle between him and some of his former artists is far from over. Donnie?
Well, a nephew, you used a wonderful word. In words, it was accountability. Now, if you break that word down, that is account and ability. So I just want to know what your money is able to do. Show me the ability of that account. Bring me them numbers. You know, I can't get back the time wasted. Okay, We can't erase the words that you have scarred my soul with, being inappropriate and all making these buffoonery suggestions. But guess what? If you was to knock me down about a good $2.3 million, I might. It might go from a mountain to a molehill, maybe a little ant hill. You know what I'm saying? You spread enough rain in it, be all clear, we'd be all good. So I was just gonna say, the word that you used was accountability. Show me what that money do. That's all. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm in favor of you getting broke off,
How you feel about it, Mom?
I'm from Richmond, California. And it just really behooves me to watch this fuckery. Because it ain't nowhere in the world Puff Daddy is going to bully me into doing anything. Anything. First of all, Puff Daddy wasn't even hard. Like, even when he chased the girl down the hotel hallway with his little towel around his waist, he didn't really do nothing. Like, I would have beat his ass. That towel would have been drenched with blood. He would have been leaking. And it just hurts me to see these artists who are so desperate to be on get under the web or in the web of these men with power, such as the R. Kellys and the, P. Diddy's. So to me, they got themselves into this trouble. Wrong from right. And yes, P. Diddy should be sued, definitely. But they come on now. He didn't hold a gun to their head. They signed this paperwork. Because had it been me, and he called himself bullying me to do something, I would have been, this doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, I can't. And then as soon as he would have raised his voice, I would have popped that motherfucker right in his mouth. But don't talk to me like you crazy.
I agree. But you said that there was no gun up to their head. Did you not say that?
I did.
But there was a camera crew in their face. There was a once in a lifetime opportunity right there to be had on film. It's the pressure behind everything.
Yes, but that's the devil.
What they said, the ruler of the powers and principalities and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So you mean to tell me if Puffy, I'm a comedian, so Puffy have a comedy show. I go on a comedy show and he'd be like, Shay, we like you, we like you, but how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it, Shay? And I said, I want it really bad.
What do you mean? You're gonna say,
I'll be like, I really want it bad. But what are you insinuating? And you're like, show me how bad you want it. Show me how bad you want it.
See, that's what people need, fake teeth and
then
fake
I would have said, how bad do you want this ass whooping that I got right over here for your ass? How bad do you want that? Because Puffy, I will eat you alive. Whew. I just don't see how. But that's why I'm sitting over here at home bored.
Mm-hmm. Looking like Iman, illegitimate baby.
Who, me?
No, Puffy. He looks Somalian. His hair, he's supposed to be look like he's supposed to be crazy.
That Puffy is in trouble, and I heard his attorney quit on me. Did y'all hear his attorney quit?
That's a whole nother segment for a whole nother show. Can we actually do a Diddy expose on one of these episodes, nephew, moving forward before we get to season 4?
Sure.
I think, let me put on my journalism hat. I'll do it. I'll do the work. How do you feel about it, nephew?
I feel good about it.
Ooh.
About what? You feel good about what?
About the segment he come up with.
Okay, well, how do you feel about the segment we're talking about?
How do you feel about the 60
Sarah.
billion? Yeah.
I gave my thoughts.
Okay, well, let's move right on. How about that?
Thank you. All right, y'all. This next topic is gonna be the quickest conversation ever. Former American Idol contestant Colin Stroh, who gained national attention during season 21 of the show, is facing legal issues following a recent car accident. The 20-year-old singer was arrested on charges of driving under the influence underage alcohol consumption and failure to exercise due care after a single vehicle crash on Interstate 840 near Nashville, Tennessee on February 28th. Authorities responded to the scene early Friday, finding Stroh's vehicles had crashed on the freeway. He was transported to a local hospital for evaluation and subsequently arrested. Stroh has since been released on bail. In an Instagram video, Stroh acknowledges his mistakes, stating, "I'm not perfect and I never claimed to be." Despite this incident, he is scheduled to continue his musical performances with upcoming shows planned in Saratoga Springs, New York, and other locations. Stroh rose to prominence on American Idol with his rendition of Lynyrd Skynyrd's, I hope I said that right, Simple Man, earning his praise from the judges and finishing third place during the 2023 season. Considering Colin Stroh's recent arrest for underage DUI, how can rising artists navigate the pressures of newfound fame while making responsible personal choices? Here's how I feel about it, and my opinion is going to be quick. I can only hope that Colin is clean. I can only hope he learns from this, and I could hope whatever conversation you and mom are about to have about this goes to teach everyone that drinking under the influence while behind the wheel is not okay, and it can take a life. That's all I gotta say. I don't have anything else.
You're gonna have to take a page from Karen Huger or Leandra's book, because everybody out here been sipping and driving and doing what they want to do, and that's not right. It's not right, and it's not right. It's not safe. And if you drink too much, like they say, too much of anything is a bad thing. But being the fact he was in Tennessee, I thought that I thought the drinking age, the marriage age was about 8 in Tennessee. I didn't know that he was in the wrong for having him a drink before he turned 21, because I believe you get married at the age of like 16, 17 in Tennessee. And I know you can't buy liquor on Sunday in Tennessee. But yeah, too much of anything is a bad thing. Slow down on the bottle, nephew. Not you, nephew, the other nephew. All right.
Sound like you need to slow down on the damn bottle yourself, honey.
It's a sugar rush.
It's an alcohol rush.
Let me move the Munch and Crunch. Move the Munch and Crunch. I'll re-roll up and I'll slow down in about 3 minutes.
A mess. I can't
Wipe me up.
stand you.
I love you. Happy birthday.
Oh, I love you to death. That's what I do know. But
listeners, please give a special shout out, send some extra love to Shay Sugar. That is comedian Shay Sugar on all social media platforms. We love her. Happy birthday.
Heart. Thank you so much.
I really like your hair.
Oh, thank you. My faux locks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Blondes have more fun, they say.
Hilarious. Now, whose turn is it?
Yours.
Okay. By now, I'm sure everyone has heard about the economic. Well, I can't read.
Economic.
By now, I know. So cut that out. Don't have. Please don't put me on blast saying economic. I mean, economic, whatever I said. That is just so awful. By now, I'm sure everyone has heard about the economic. Well, I can't ever say the word though. Economic. Okay. And action. By now, I'm sure everyone has heard about the economic. I said economic.
Nene Link said, "Is it a coincidence? It is a coincidence.
What?
Is it a coincidence?"
It's what a coincidence.
See, she was saying it wrong. She was saying, "Is it a coincidence?"
This is really bad.
You can just say eco.
Okay, let me do it again. I'm gonna say economic. Okay, here I go. By now, I'm sure everyone has heard about the economic blackout that's been all over the internet this past week. On February 28th, which was my birthday, okay, most of the Americans participated in a 24-hour boycott, refraining from shopping at major retailers, purchasing gas, or dining at fast food chains. The initiative, organized by the People's Union USA, aimed to protest corporate greed and economic inequalities. Participants were encouraged to avoid all spending for the day. If purchases were necessary, they were advised to support small local businesses and pay in cash. The movement sought to demonstrate consumer power and push for systemic.
Systematic.
Let me say that again. The move. Well, you spelled it wrong.
Systematic.
You spell systematic wrong.
Just say it. Just say the damn word.
I remember that word from The Color Purple. Systematic.
Okay, hush. And cut all that. Cut this when you edit. The movement sought to demonstrate consumer power and push for systematic change in corporate practices. The economic blackout gained traction on social media with public figures like Stephen King and Betty Midler expressing support. King urged his followers don't buy stuff on February 28th. Money's the only thing these dicks understand. While the boycott highlighted consumer dissatisfaction, its effectiveness remains debated. Some experts argue that one day protests may not lead to significant corporate change, and the sustained efforts are necessary for lasting impact. However, this past week's economic blackout is not the only one. The People's Union has a list of planned protests aimed at holding corporations accountable for their actions. If you're interested in learning more or participating in future boycotts, the link will be down below. Considering the recent economic blackout and the debate surrounding its effectiveness, what strategies can consumers employ to drive meaningful change in corporate practices? Okay. And how much did they, I want to know, how did it impact that? I mean, how were they affected?
I'm about to get to that.
Because I know Target's ass, they hit Target. Maybe that Target is losing money.
I'm about to get to it. With the recent economic blackout, I totally understand why people are taking a stand. It's clear that a lot of the DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion resources are at serious risk. Companies like Amazon, Paramount, and Disney have all been making headlines for cutting or threatening these resources, and that's a huge concern. And it's hard to overlook the fact that these companies have the power to impact so many people, and when those resources go away, it hits communities hard. The truth is, it's been a rough couple of months, and we're not even at the end of the year yet. DEI initiatives are in jeopardy. Healthcare is becoming more and more difficult to afford, and always seem to hear about is the greed from those in power. It's frustrating to say the least, and I think what frustrates me the most is that in the midst of all this, people are still choosing profit over people's needs, and that only continues to divide us further. You know, when President Trump was elected for his second term, I couldn't help but feel that I couldn't help but feel like many voters who voted for Trump didn't fully understand what they were signing up to it for. It feels like some were blinded by promises without realizing what this would actually mean for our country. This is exactly why it's so important for people to stay informed and for us to continue pushing for the changes we so desperately need. And I can only hope to God that more people start speaking up and make their voices heard. The level of frustration is real, and if we want to kind of change that's been needed for so long, it's time to take action. It's been at that point for a while now, and the clock is ticking. I just hope we don't lose sight of what's really at stake here.
Mother.
Did he answer my question when I said, how did the blackout affect the
Yes,
economy?
I did.
What did you say?
Are you even paying attention?
I thought I was.
He
This is
gave
water.
you a political answer. He answered it, but he went around the mulberry bush. And
That's
this, and these, oh shit! Is that vodka, tequila, or wine?
It's water.
Oh, ooh, shit! All right. Well, I'm jigging peaches and grapes. No, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have to skip around my own mulberry bush on this subject.
Can we answer my question? How
I
was
answered the question, Mom.
he answered it like a politician. He answered it, but he went around a mulberry bush.
I need numbers. How much money?
$1 billion.
You're making things up. You don't have facts.
What more do you want from me?
Nothing.
I love you and happy birthday. Tell her, say I love you, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
See, look at that smile on her face. Look at it. It's just so big. Look at
that was a yawn.
Okay, so no. It's a very, very multifaceted conversation and topic. It's not just one thing. It is a cumulative. It is a cluster of a few subjects and issues. First subject and issue one, y'all stupid ass president, YSAP. We're just gonna call him YSAP, y'all stupid ass president. The man that is the color of bronze tanning lotion that lives in a house the color of rice. Now, I want to fact check. The DEI program was gonna be phased out this year anyway. They just put a lot of emphasis on it, but it was going to be phased out this year. Now, maybe under a different administration and things like that, maybe it could have been voted back in and extended in some kind of way and format, but it has not been phased out. But that has been the great topic of that. I saw on social media, it was organized by the churches though. There were the churches that went to Target. I believe that day was a Sunday. Everyone left more so down south, and they went to Target and they bought only Black products, right? Now that was a message from, is it her name, Tabitha Brown? The seasonings and homeware and crock pot lady. Okay, so this is why it's multifaceted. So when you talk about those numbers, the numbers are affected by investors. So when Donald Trump said what he said about DEI and Target being one of the many companies that said they'll be about very, very expeditious, like very, very quick and swift with the action, what happened was in the DEI clause, there were different people that were investing and had invested in those DEI program appropriate people to help them promote their product to get it to where it needs to go and make those numbers all crunching right. So when Target said that they're going to fall back and do that, they didn't know that their investors were going to take them to court because you're messing up the money that I invested in this program in your company. So it all came, like I said, it's a multifaceted situation and so many topics to address in this one situation. But the Black people did come together from what I saw through the churches down south, and they specifically bought and purchased all Black products. Now, what type of dealing with those numbers were, I don't know, but it was mainly orchestrated through the churches. I don't know about like independent or like other communal groups outside of the church.
Mm. So this is my question.
But
if we do a blackout on February 28th and I don't purchase gas that day, and then March 1st, I purchased the gas, they didn't lose no money.
Right, because I bought a tank full of gas today.
But I'm saying, like, we would have to do more than just one day of a blackout. Because they make up for it. So if they would have usually made 500 million on February 28th, I mean, if they would have made 500 million on, if they usually made 500 million on March 1st, this time they probably made $1 billion.
Right.
Because
everybody held off yesterday.
So it's just like in the savings. It's just, I don't understand it. But anyway, can we move on?
Of course. Go ahead. Take it away.
All right. As we continue celebrating Women's History Month, today we're shining a spotlight on a woman known for her sharp wit and groundbreaking work in comedy. I'm embarrassed to not know this lady's name. Is it Fee or Faye?
Faye.
Okay. We're going to start from the top. Okay. Please don't show that. As we continue celebrating Women's History Month, today we're shining a spotlight on a woman known for her sharp wit and groundbreaking work in comedy. Faye has made an undeniable impact on television, film, and writing. From her time on Saturday Night Live to creating 30 Rock and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, she's paved the way for women in comedy and beyond. The very talented Tina Fey.
Tina Fey is first gained national recognition as the head writer of SNL, making history as the show's first female head writer. Her Weekend Update segments alongside Jimmy Fallon and later Amy Poehler became instant classics. But it was her spot-on impressions of Sarah Palin during the 2008 election season that cemented her as a pop culture icon. Beyond SNL, Tina Fey created and starred in Dirty Rock, a sitcom loosely based on her experience behind the scenes at NBC. The show earned critical acclaim, multiple Emmy Awards, and is still considered one of the best written comedies of all time. She later went on to co-create Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, a show that blended humor with powerful storytelling, resilience, and starting over. All right, everyone, welcome back. We decided to do something a little different this time around. We're introducing a new segment called Hot Topics from the Past. I came up with this idea because, there are so many pop culture moments, some from a while ago, and some that I really wish I would have talked about on the podcast. In fact, some of them I didn't even hear until recently. So today, we're going to dig into some moments of those moments and revisit them. Now, for the second time, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, let's dive into the wild moment from 2009 MTV Music Video Awards. I'm sorry, I'm gonna start over. Let's dive into the wow moment from 2009 MTV Music Video Awards that still gets talks about today. Before you ask, no, I'm not talking about you know who interrupting you know who's acceptance speech. But we here to talk about Lil Mama Lil Ratchet Ass and her infamous interruption during Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' performance of The Empire State of Mind. If for some reason y'all don't know who the hell Lil Mama is, she the one that had made the song My Lip Gloss is Popping. She was also Left Eye in the TLC bio, okay? If you remember, things got heated when Lil Mama was the one sitting in the audience by Beyonce, I failed to mention, and decided to jump her little happy ass up on the same stage and join the performance. The moment in which has been past referred to as Lil Mama T-Pain. Jay-Z and Alicia Keys was unexpected and caught everyone off guard. She walked up uninvited, stood alone Jay-Z, just swinging and bobbing to the side while Alicia Keys was just standing there mid-performance. The audience was in shock, and honestly, even Jay-Z seemed confused about what the hell was going on. Now, what makes this incident even more crazier is that in comparison to the T-Pain's infamous 2007 VMA moment, where he was criticized for joining in on stage during a performance without being invited, Lil Mama's stunt was similar in that it was totally unplanned, and in a way, it seemed like she was taking over the moment that wasn't hers. Of course, after the show, there was a lot of backlash. People people wondered whether she was disrespecting Jay-Z and Alicia Keys or if it was just something misunderstood, something out of excitement. She even tried to explain it by saying that she was just showing love and felt the energy in the room. Girl, the vibe wasn't even out then. But the thing is, it wasn't just an innocent fan moment. She essentially crashed their performance in front of millions of viewers, which was a huge deal at the time. Looking back, do you think Lil Mama's stage invasion was just a spontaneous over-the-top fan moment, or did she step the hell over the line? What do you think it says about the blurred lines between fan culture and celebrity respect?
I think Beyonce should have snatched her ass off the stage before she got up there. Shit. Then they would have never had that problem. Because that would have been my man performing.
We learned
that would have been my man performing, being that I'm from Richmond. Ooh. And I seen somebody trying to take the stage. I just would have, wait a minute, girl, where are you going?
We learned from that elevator. Beyonce ain't gonna do shit. Beyonce ain't gonna do shit. Even when Michelle patted her head 1,000 times, Beyonce never did shit.
I know. I said do it.
She said, like Nephew said, the show must go on. You ain't prepared to sing, I'll take personal.
The show would have went on, but I would have put on an extra show. They would have had a bonus that night. Y'all finna see somebody get their ass whooped. Get your cell phones out.
Before I really go into the details of my reaction to the show, Nephew, to this segment, I just want to thank you for not saying you know whose name. I love you, Nephew. We see each other. I see you, but
whose name?
In comparison, if I'm gonna compare Alicia Keys against Lil Mama's body of work, Lil Mama is a fan. If I was to compare Lil Mama's body of work to Jay-Z, that little flea is a fan.
But what name did you think? What name was Joanne supposed to? What name are you glad he didn't say, Joanne?
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Yeah. But
when Kanye West embarrassed her.
Not taking anything away from her career as an actress, entertainer, a musician, or anything like that. Compared to them, she was a fan. Compared the lifetime or the lifespan of their careers, she is a fan. Because you have to think, she was a little girl when that lip gloss shit came out. Then she did the movie, And then she was rolling around with, Ray J and then Soldier Boy and Bow Wow. I mean, that's not a lot to. Yeah, you're a groupie. I mean, she fanned out. I don't think it was disrespectful, celebrity to celebrity, but in that moment, she was a fan. She was a fan.
All right, I just want to say this real quick. When I think about Lil Mama crashing Jay-Z's stage performance, there's honestly two sides to this in my mind. On one hand, there was part of me that saw the moment where Jay-Z and Lil Mama were bobbing their heads at each other, clearly enjoying the vibe. Then when Jay-Z jokingly mentioned that Lil Mama was T-paining him, it felt like he was, messing around with her, and they were in the moment, and it was just two artists sharing the stage. I get that, and I can see how part of the interaction came off as lighthearted. But then, on the other hand, part of me wonders if Daisy was actually a little offended, but didn't want to show it to millions of fans. I mean, it was a surprise when he just ran up on stage like that, and maybe he was caught off guard. Who knows? Maybe there was a brief moment where he wasn't sure how he would react, but I think he kept it cool because he didn't want to make a bigger deal of it in front of everyone. And Little Mama has made it clear that she never meant to offend Jay-Z, and she was just repping her hometown of New York and feeling the energy and of the performance. I totally get it. Sometimes people make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can be embarrassing, but that doesn't mean the intention was to disrespect anyone. I think sometimes we overthink things, especially in the moment where emotions run high. And I think that's what happened here. Honestly, I will never understand how Lil Mama ended up getting like so much hate for that incident. I mean, yeah, maybe it wasn't the most appropriate thing to do, crashing a performance like that, but hey, at least she wasn't doing something outright rude or disrespectful, like who interrupted who's acceptance speech, or Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. I just feel like this moment didn't deserve the level of backlash it received, considering it was just a spontaneous, innocent mistake.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure he had a very long conversation with her in the elevator after that. I'm sure knowing Jay-Z, he probably had talked with her in the elevator. Maybe in the staircase, I don't know. Mother?
I feel like, they be high, drinking, snorting powder, and all the shit, and they just do too much. Sit your ass down and let these people do their performance. Shit.
Sit down, ho. What member 2 Chainz made that song? He said, "Watch out, little bitch. Watch out, little bitch. Watch out, little bitch." Yeah. Well, alrighty, motherfucking then. Now that we've tackled some of those iconic moments, it's time to switch gears and move on to something a little more fun and interactive. We're diving into our next segment, the mystery game. Here's how it works. I've got a bunch of mystery questions lined up. Some are pop culture related, others just random trivia that might stump you. The twist, we don't know the answers yet. So we're all in the dark here, and the first person to guess correctly wins the round. It's all about quick thinking and a little bit of luck. We'll be throwing out questions ranging from TV shows, movies, music, and even a few off-the-wall ones that keep things interesting. So get ready, put your thinking caps on, and be prepared for a good time. Give me a minute.
Knock, knock.
Who there?
Who's there?
I was talking about, but knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Oh my God.
You're such a goofball. Okay, now where are we at this, Mr. Gay?
I bet he get it from his mama. All right. This game is called Hot Seat.
Hot seat. Probably that's probably your seat. All that snacks and shit over there you eating. I know you Putin.
No, I don't have no
Oh,
baby.
I know that seat hot, honey. I'm just kidding.
Happy
Oh my
birthday.
goodness. Because whose seat is hot over here is mine. That's another story.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Now this is it's all about you. So these for the way you answer the question. First off, before we start, this is we listen and we don't judge, okay? We play because we're here to have fun, all right? And we are not in control of what's on these cards. So the first question is, if you robbed a bank, what would be your disguise?
Probably Yoshi.
What?
Yoshi.
Probably what?
That little thing?
Super Mario Yoshi?
Well, nephew, now that you share that information, I advise you not to do that when you rob a bank, okay?
Okay.
Shay?
Because you're going to be sitting your ass in jail as Yoshi. Yoshi going to be sitting his ass in jail. My disguise would be an old white lady.
Yeah, I would pull a Medea. I would pull a Medea.
Mine would be one.
If you owned a traveling circus, what would it be called?
Acrobatic.
Adonis friend. Adonis and friend.
It would be called Adonis Connection.
Or better yet, Adonis Donkey.
I thought you was gonna say Shay Sugarland. I don't know how I got in there. You just give me all the proceeds, and it wouldn't be no damn circus. It'd be it would be a freak show. It would not be a circus. It would be a freak show.
Of course it would.
What would your show be? What would your circus be called, nephew?
I just told you, Adonis the Donkey.
Oh, you're gonna use my name too? Now, let me go on and get my shit copywritten right now and put a trademark on it, okay? If you put a bumper sticker on your car, what would it say? I'm done with you. Get away from me with this Apollo.
And we playing a game. Why is you doing that? Like,
because that's how he is. That's how he is. That's just how he is. So if you put a bumper sticker on your car, what would it say?
It would say, "I hate Mondays."
Mine would say, "Stay back, because if you hit my bumper, I'm gonna beat your ass."
I would have Tracy Chapman's "You Got a Fast Car."
I say, "You break, you buy, or you get your ass whooped."
Okay. If your friends gave you a nickname that started with the letter B, what is your name?
Bitch.
All right, Mom.
Start with a little B. Bookie.
Bookie? Yeah. Mine would be Bad Motherfucker. All right.
Bad bitch. Bad bitch. That would be my nickname. Bad bitch.
All right. So
I would be Bookie.
If you had the choice to transform into an animal for one day, what animal would you be?
A flamingo.
Come on now. Like, you sure you just gonna take my life and go into the animal kingdom with it? You're gonna take your little hot pink one-legged ass over to the animal kingdom. That's what you're gonna do?
I will be a flamingo.
I would be a fish.
I think a dog would probably be a snake.
I was thinking, no. I know that jellyfish don't have vertebrae, and I know that they're made from plankton. That's what makes jellyfish. I probably want to be like a dolphin. I would want to be still like smart or like a whale or something. I would want to be a mammal still, you know? So, um, okay, this is a good one. What one word would your first grade teacher use to describe you?
Handsome.
Come on now, Netka.
Slow. Special.
I'm a Rambo
Special.
bad motherfucker because I was hella bad, baby. Name a song that always makes you sing along.
I was undescribable.
What?
Name a song that what?
Name a song that always makes you sing along.
I have a lot, but one of them is Love Story.
By who? Never mind. I retract that question, please. I take it back. I take it back. What you say, Mama? What you say? Ooh.
A song that make me sing along right now.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
Ain't Not Like Us. I can't get that out of my head.
Not Like Us? Really?
Since the Super Bowl, I can't get that song out of my head.
Any Whitney Houston song will make me sing along.
Definitely.
Any Whitney Houston song.
Yes,
you.
Is all that we share. You got your family, and they need you there. Though I try to resist,
Motherfucker,
being last on your list, but no other man's gonna do.
Son of a bitch.
All my love for you. You
used to tell me we run away
together.
We're not
give you the right to be free.
You said
Be patient.
Just wait until
Are y'all done?
But
that's just an old fantasy. Then I've been saying, I've got to be petty, just a few.
And just like that, you can't hear anything in space.
I'm about to finish the glass on that ass.
Because I'm so sleepy.
What is something that you wish you enjoyed? Is there something that you've never liked, probably had a fear of, or something that you've never done?
What I wish I enjoyed, eating healthy.
All right.
What I wish I enjoyed,
eating healthy.
I wasn't gonna say that.
You should have.
Anyways, what I wish I didn't. What was the question?
What is something that you wish you enjoyed?
I wish I enjoyed that kayaking trip when I was in my senior year.
When you was what?
I was in my senior year, and our field trip was a kayak trip. We rode on a kayak.
Ooh.
When was this? When was that, Joanne?
In my senior year of high school.
Oh. Why you didn't like it? Did you roll over in the water?
No, it was exhausting.
honey. A little exercise will never hurt you.
What's the first thing you do if you won the lottery?
The first thing I do when I won the lottery, probably get a store.
What would you do?
Wait a minute. What kind of store was it?
Best Buy.
Come on. Or
I would
IKEA.
get a store and get and own all the products
thing-
in this motherfucker.
Oh, I would get a financial advisor.
Really?
That's the first thing I would do.
You know what I'm going to do?
Good.
Pay my tithe.
Precious lamb.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's beautiful.
If you
Amen.
if you could not live in the city metropolitan, what city would you live in?
Hercules.
Well, damn. All right. Nephew, where would you live if you couldn't live in the city? Where would you live?
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Boom, boom.
Don't make me mute y'all.
Ooh.
Okay. If I weren't living in a city, I would probably live in
Hercules.
Timbuktu. I don't know.
There we go. All right, because I said it would not be in America, and I don't want to say Mexico off the rip, but Hawaii. I would want to be somewhere warm that don't have like hurricanes and shit. So, yeah.
Well, I'll change mine to Tollet, Arkansas.
No, Quebec.
I would like to be in the country.
I will go to Colombia. I had a nice time in Colombia.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yep. What do you have zero tolerance? What do you have zero tolerance for?
What do I have zero tolerance for?
Rude customer
Telling me
service.
how I live.
Huh?
People telling me how I live.
Okay. All right.
Mine is bad customer service.
Bad customer service.
Tell me your bad one.
I have a zero tolerance for, but it's a little bit deeper, like inauthenticity. Please don't be fake. That's what I've learned in my life is to respect someone's truth. And if you can't tell me the truth, then I don't know how far I'm supposed to be respecting you. But another conversation for another day.
All right, one more because I'm about tired.
Oh, ooh. What would you do for $100 that nobody else in the room would do for 1,000?
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the thrift store.
All right. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. Mother.
What would I do?
What would you do for $100
that
that
somebody wouldn't do
nobody in the room would do for 1,000?
Slap the shit out of Trump.
You know what? I ain't got no name on it, but I said I will take my leg off and swing hard as I can to the motherfucker to my left. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I like that. Well, all right, folks. It's been fun, but it's time to clock the fuck out. At least for today. It's been an amazing episode, and we've covered some seriously fun, wild topics from pop culture, throwbacks to heated moments, and we had a lot of ground to cover. And we hope that you've enjoyed as much as we did. But before we sign off, we'd love to hear what you think about the topics we've discussed today. Got a different take on something that we've talked about? Maybe you got some hidden gems from pop culture you think that we should have included. Hit us up on social media or drop a comment on whatever. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start that paragraph over. No, I'm gonna start it all the way over. Taking a page from your mama. All right, folks, it's about that time to clock the fuck out for today. It's been an amazing episode, and we've covered some seriously fun and wild topics, from pop culture throwbacks to heated moments. We've had a lot of ground to cover, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did. But before we sign off, we'd love to hear what you guys think about the topics that we've discussed today. Got a different take on something that we've talked about? Maybe you got some hidden gems from the pop culture that you think we should have included. Hit us up on social media or drop us a comment whenever you're listening. You're always... Shut the fuck up.
I'm laughing at Jawan because he's so sleepy.
Are you sleepy, nephew? I'm
Bye, y'all.
What?
He's miserable.
Until next time, take care, stay curious, keep enjoying the hot takes. We'll catch you on the next one. Take your ass to sleep, nephew.
Bye.
It's not nice. You ain't get the remedial illiterate.